Did you guys hear what the James Webb Telescope just discovered?
No.
We have alien ships heading towards Earth at light speed.
Okay, what?
They are the size of cities, they said, and the only reason they're calling them alien ships is because they're on this one trajectory and then exactly turned towards Earth.
Let's freaking go, y'all. Welcome back to Unreal Reality, guys. Today, I'll be reacting to some creepy TikToks that feel like a fever dream. If y'all are new here, please consider hitting that like and subscribe button so this video gets recommended to others. And with that out of the way, let's jump right into it, y'all.
That is a secret door. This side is a wall. And on this side is a wall. And then there's this little bookcase that just looks like I said exactly to Connor that it's gotta be a secret door. And lo and behold, Connor found a button and it is a secret door into a whole creepy ass basement. I don't know if you can see how old that carpet is, but
Should we go down?
is it safe?
Yeah, it's safe. Come.
What about the dog? Okay, we have a chest freezer with water bottles. Ew, why are there so many rooms? Probably to keep the pipes from bursting. That's why there's so many heaters down here. Damn. I was really hoping there was gonna be a speakeasy down here.
Oh, hell no. Imagine they actually walked down there and caught, like, the owner of the house sitting in a dark corner behind a PC staring at cameras of the entire house. That would be creepy, guys.
So scientists have frozen light, the fastest thing in the world, able to travel across Earth in under a second, and they did it for 60 seconds. But get this, that's the least impressive part, because the most impressive part is how they did it. By firing light into a special machine called a photonic semiconductor, it enabled the photons to act as a Bose-Einstein condensate, which is just a fancy term when large groups of atoms start to act as a single particle because they're chilled to near absolute zero. But this is when it gets a little crazy. When they did that, the light transitioned into a super solid state, which means it was both a liquid and a solid all at the same time. This is kind of insane because super solids are like tubes. They're hard on the outside, but on the inside they're soft and can move things without friction, which is kind of a big deal because it opens up the door to potentially more accurate quantum computing, better lubricants, and for us to finally see those hard light structures that we find in Halo.
It seems like one of my childhood dreams is finally about to come true. I only have one question and one question only. When and where can I order my real life lightsaber from? You know, who's with me? Who's with me, guys?
The itsy bitsy spider went up the water spout. Down came the rain and washed the spider out.
Bring the hose! Hurry up, bring the hose! I got the water, bring the hose!
Oh, we got a couple of Einsteins in this clip, guys. Did he really try and stomp that fire out first? I'm over here just curious as to why his first thought wasn't to go get the hose. You know what I mean? That took entirely way too long for them to put out, guys. Yeah, sure. Nothing like a good old sonic boom for crowd control during a peaceful protest. I guess it beats rubber bullets though, right?
Terrifying discovery yesterday at a Texas gas station women's restroom has all of us wondering what is actually going on. Yesterday, a woman stopped to use the restroom at an Exxon gas station near Texas A&M campus and found this locking device that locks with 2 large metal bars at the women's restroom door. However, this locking mechanism is not on the inside of the door to keep people safe on the inside. This locking mechanism is on the outside of the women's bathroom door. On further investigation, it's not on the men's restroom, it is only on the women's restroom door. So if you lock this device, anyone inside of the bathroom is effectively trapped. And the woman who filmed this made sure to walk to the men's restroom to prove that the device was not on the outside of the men's bathroom door. She even closed the women's bathroom door and then locked it to see if it would actually lock, if it was a functioning lock, and it did. And you can see that this looks like an industrial grade locking mechanism. If you know any college student near or around this area in Texas, please share this to warn them. And all of us need to be on the lookout when going to public restrooms that could potentially lock us inside without us knowing. People in the comments were kind enough to share the exact location of this Exxon near this college campus.
If you have to use the restroom and you see 2 doors to choose from, one with a big lock on the front and the other without a lock, and you're still dumb enough to choose the one with the lock, whose fault is it if you get, say, I don't know, like taken?
Guys, my eyes just opened. I'm like, what is this on the couch? The dogs brought in a full... Guys, what is that? What is that?
Can you see me in the mirror?
Yeah, I can see you perfectly.
I'm sorry, how is that possible?
Because it's reflecting you.
But it's not, there's a towel in the way!
All right, calm down.
I don't understand. I don't...
Well, go really close. How does it know that?
What do you mean?
How does it know?
How can it see me? My face is covered by a towel.
That is so...
I'm not even being, like, this is weird Matrix shiz. How can the mirror see me? How can it know I'm doing anything? How does it know?
I actually don't know. Please, somebody explain this.
Explain it!
Please explain. I've seen videos where this happens, but I don't understand. I actually don't understand this.
How can it see me?
So, well, think about it.
I am not
wait.
mirror.
Think about it, right? How on earth can that sit? That is not possible.
Freaking me out.
Okay, yeah.
I feel like I'm in like a weird, different world.
I used to think that they made these mirror videos for like views, but I'm starting to think that they really have no idea how mirrors work, like angles of observation and how light refracts. I feel like we learned this in like 2nd, 3rd grade, guys. What are we doing out there?
This police officer quickly covered the mouth of his K9 dog with his hand when he saw the woman in the elevator. Everything seemed normal at that moment. Why do you think the officer reacted this way upon seeing the woman?
This might look like a normal photo to you, but it's actually ChatGPT 4.0's latest capability. It can now generate photos with direct prompting, and it is way better than DALL-E. The first time I saw that photo, I literally thought it was a photo from my college campus, and it is absolutely nuts. It's just a normal looking photo. There's nothing that really stands out about it that immediately tells me it's AI. Even the eyes aren't really weird like a lot of AI generated images, even for their smaller faces as well. What's really impressive is that it can generate text almost flawlessly, and not just typed text, it can generate full-on handwritten text like on the board right here. And look at the detail of the reflection that is in the whiteboard. That's nuts. And the details in the reflection are almost flawless too. And you can edit photos with just one sentence. For example, this one is just selfie view of the photographer as she turns around to high five him. And it did it flawlessly. And everything else is pretty much well preserved. Even the reflection is high-fiving. That's nuts.
Scary stuff, guys. Look, this can only be used for bad. We need to have watermarks on any and everything created artificially. A watermark that can't be removed. Period.
Guys, there's something I gotta tell you. You gotta listen to me. The double chocolate, I'm not even gonna finish it. Those guys, Costco guys, that's Ow My Balls from Idiocracy. People laugh at that. Genuinely. Those Costco guys are out my balls. And I think about it all the time. I'm dead serious. We are headed towards Idiocracy at lightning speed. Not like it's been obvious for years. But do you guys not see that? Do you guys not see the Costco guys? I'm not even gonna quote them. I feel like putting it out in the universe is disgusting. That they are out my balls.
I'm not too sure who the Costco guys are, but we are 1,000,000,000% headed towards a real-life Idiocracy. I've been saying this for years, guys. If you've never seen that movie, go check it out and tell me I'm wrong.
Please give us a little peace. I ain't slept in 2 years.
A mother sold her 6-year-old daughter to a hospital for $1,100 as a way to get her eyes and skin. Jocelyn Smith waited more than 6 hours after she first noticed her 6-year-old daughter, Jocelyn Smith, missing on February 19 before calling police. Police said a piece of the child's clothing was found near the cabin and shed where Jocelyn lives. The clothing has been sent to a lab for testing. Community members involved in the search leaked that the clothing was stained with a red liquid and a knife was also found. Police said she appeared calm during the frantic search and seemed more concerned about the whereabouts of her boyfriend than the missing child. A local pastor testified in court that he heard Smith talking about selling her child for 20,000 rand, the equivalent of $1,100, although she preferred to accept the lower figure of $275, and another witness said she saw Smith putting some of her clothes into a black bag before she went to meet a woman believed to be a doctor. Jocelyn has still not been found, and police have not provided any new details about the discovery. Ms. Smith has now been arrested and charged along with her boyfriend, Jacques Annapolis, and their friend, Stephen Overeem. All three have pleaded not guilty to their respective charges and are currently on trial in South Africa.
Sold her baby for $1,000 so she could purchase skin and eyes?
What?
I don't know, guys. This has to be like a lost in translation type of ordeal because the math ain't mathing, guys. I know it's in South Africa, but I'm pretty sure you can't just sell a baby to a hospital. So there's that, guys.
It seemingly appeared out of nowhere. This out of the ordinary, slow swirling spiral, shifting across the night sky. Picturesque, but peculiar, leaving stargazers wondering what on earth it was.
So you could see all the halo, white halo around. And then as it came above my house, that's when the spiral started. I had to grab my phone and started taking pictures. It almost felt like Batman or the aliens were just about to land.
The swirl in the sky was seen for several minutes across the UK and Europe, and then it was gone.
It was kind of just static in the sky, as if like it was kind of like a sort of ice cream swirl. Very kind of, extraterrestrial-like, and I've never seen anything like it before.
So it begs the question, is it a bird? Is it a plane? Nope, it was this.
69, go Falcon, go SpaceX.
The phenomenon was likely caused by frozen exhaust smoke from Elon Musk's SpaceX Falcon 9 rocket. Here comes the science bit.
The reason that it's so visible is because, well, ice reflects sunlight really well. So if you have a lot of ice crystals in this plume, in this spiral shape, which is down to the way that the rocket's traveling and the fuel's leaving it, and then the rocket is re-entering the rocket stage, rather, is re-entering the Earth's atmosphere, then that's a very reflective material.
So mystery solved, but the swirl in the sky did manage to brighten up what might have been a dull Monday night. Sangeeta Kandola, ITV News.
Mystery solved my ass. I don't believe a single word that came out of any of their mouths. And let me tell you something, if they even thought that there was even the tiniest of possibilities that this might have happened, you can bet your last dollar that they would have announced it prior to it happening. Viral hand-eating challenge? Like, oh, come on already. My guy, ain't no one on the face of this earth participating in your little viral challenge. Like, it is unbelievable what some people will do for views and clicks. Just take a look at the thumbnail. Tell me the first thing that pops in your mind. I hope it was worth it.
They split up. Currently one running, 71 brawling. Fence. They're gonna jump the fence. All right, so they're jumping the fence over to the next building now.
I would say he was doing it for views, but I don't even think he realized he was being watched. Did he just pick that cat up and lick it? I don't know, guys. People are just weirdos.
If you look at the Great Pyramid of Giza, it's like a half ratio of the entire Earth. Perfect. And if you look at the location it is on the Earth, the location it is the same number of the speed of light. These people were smarter than we are. We think we're so advanced with iPhones and stuff, but I think we're pretty dumb, actually. It's built to be an exact replica of half the hemisphere of the entire planet. It means that they knew the exact ratios and size of the entire planet.
Right.
We're talking about people that literally knew not only the circumference of the Earth, but the distance between the sun and the moon. So they designed a structure to literally mimic the cosmos to be in the precise location of the Earth that I believe had two functions. First function is I think that if you look at something like the King's Chamber, seems to be this incredibly energetic, highly conscious place that if you go, you have like profound experiences. Everybody says that. Secondly, it seems to be because the three stars are mimicking the three belt stars of Orion, and it's in that specific spot on the Earth. The way that I can describe it is they seem to be somehow either manipulating or balancing the energy of the entire planet, like the magnetosphere of the planet. Underneath the Great Pyramids, we find all three pyramids are built specifically on a place where the aquifer water systems came up and interacted with all the sacred geometry and like all these different things to create like a harmonic balance of energy there. So perfectly that not only that, but it's based on like our entire planet and the ratio and distances from the moon and sun. They seem to be creating some kind of a system.
Yeah, so why don't we just tune it up the way it was, roll the dice, and see what happens? You know what I mean? It's too bad that somebody didn't chisel instructions or directions somewhere down there on one of those walls, guys. I hate to break it to you, but I stopped watching football along with every other professional sport a long time ago. And for reasons just like this, I totally believe that professional sports are all rigged, at least to an extent.
How dangerous is TikTok? How many times have you thought about a topic and then you didn't even say anything about it? You didn't Google it, you didn't nothing, and then it just pops up in your feed the next day. Like, there's a lot of money and a lot of bright minds that are coming up with these methodologies. But I do know they got caught at some point with stealing your clipboard data. I know that they try to take as much demographic information as they can because these are social media platforms and people wonder like, how do these companies make money? I'm not paying to be on there. Well, if you don't know what the product is, then you are the product. Whether you're a content creator or a consumer of content, they are using you to monetize their ad content they're getting paid for. A lot of people think they understand that concept, but these algorithms are way beyond my comprehension as well.
Yeah, it makes you wonder if the algorithm's based on you or you are based on the algorithm.
I think, yeah, that's a cool way to put it. Yeah.
Do you think they're tracking our key logs?
Like what you're typing into the app?
Yeah.
I would say it's a possibility. You could confirm that though by proxying the traffic. You're going to see all the traffic coming in and out of the phone.
Well, there you have it, guys. He hit the nail right on the head. If you can't figure out what the product is, You are the product. And I hate to break it to you, it's not just TikTok, guys. It's Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat, all of them. They're all built the same way, guys.
They've been trying to tell you all along, but you never listen. Buzz Aldrin, the famous astronaut who was on the moon, was trying to tell us that the moon landing was fake the whole time. Just watch this video.
What was the scariest moment of the journey?
Scariest? It didn't happen. It could have been scary.
Why has nobody been to the moon in such a long time?
Because we didn't go there, and that's the way it happened.
I remember my parents waking me up, and we went down and we watched you guys land on the moon,
No,
which
you
was
didn't. No, you didn't.
what?
You watched animation. So you associated what you saw with...
I have very hazy memory.
Not a bad line. Not a bad line.
There is no such thing as gravitational pull. We lied to you.
Maybe this whole operation was never really about reaching the moon. What if the entire mission was just a carefully planned distraction to keep us from paying attention to what's actually happening here on Earth?
So have we been to the moon or haven't we? If the astronauts themselves are saying it's never happened, why does everyone believe we have? Seriously, that's not a rhetorical question. I would love to know the answer. Was the clip we just watched AI? Was it manipulated in any way? Are the astronauts not of sound mind and body? I don't know. If you guys have any of these answers, help me out. Put them down below, guys.
I have no idea how to explain what just happened, but I was, whoa, hold on. So I was just in the restroom, and I was sitting on the toilet. I don't have to tell you what you do when you sit on a toilet, but I'm kidding you not. As clear as I'm speaking to you right now, out of breath, I hear something say, "You're done. Get out of here." And I literally thought someone walked in my front door, and I said, "Hello?" So I hear it again, "Get out, you're done." So I got up. It's not like I was there for a very long time. I walked into this kitchen, and I hear a crash come from the bathroom. Oh, I'm starting to shake. Had I not gotten out of this bathroom when I heard something say, "Get out of this bathroom," all of that would have fallen on top of me, and I would have been very, very injured. I'm literally sweating. I'm shaking. That was the most... I know we talk about Freddie being here, but that was something different. That was like, get out now. And then that happened. I don't know what else to say. That literally just happened right now.
So, what are we thinking, guys? Are we believing him or not? It's not that I don't believe that it could happen. I just don't believe that it happened to him. You know what I'm saying? Like, if he made knitting videos about yarn and things like that, I would 100% believe his story, at least a lot more than I do knowing that he's a creepy content creator. You know what I'm saying, guys? Like, it's just too coincident, too convenient.
Did you guys hear what the James Webb Telescope just discovered?
Oh, gosh.
You mentioned it yesterday, and I Googled it.
They said we have alien ships heading towards Earth at light speed.
Okay, what? What do you mean?
They are the size of cities, they said. And the only reason they're calling them alien ships is because they're on this one trajectory and then exactly turned towards Earth.
Oh, gosh.
At light speed.
I hope it's...
I mean, how long is it going to take for them to get there? How far away are they?
The prediction is time frame of these objects reaching Earth range from a couple of years to a couple of weeks.
Okay.
It's a good ratio. It's just a little.
So they
time.
said that these were they got images of it.
Yeah.
Heading at light speed, going, and then it course corrected towards Earth. So that's the only reason they're calling them ships.
And you wouldn't be able to predict how fast it could accelerate or decelerate if it was able to
course correct.
Yeah, you don't know what technology allowed it to do that.
So they said a couple years or a couple weeks.
Couple years or a couple weeks.
So this is what
2027.
This is what I'm on Snopes, and typically stuff like this is like, it's not true. All it says is unfounded. So they're not saying it's not true.
I'm sorry, what did he just say? A couple of years to a couple of weeks? Who do these aliens think they are? Comcast cable? know if we're living in a firmament or we're not living in a firmament. All I can say is that the evidence pointing to us living in a firmament is getting very, very convincing, to say the least, guys.
I'm going to show you two pictures that I took last night between Monahans, Texas and Carlsbad, New Mexico. I work in the oil field, so we have to travel down a lot of lace roads that are long, dirt, in the middle of nowhere, no light, no nothing. I'm still kind of shaken up over it. These pictures are not altered. I took 4 pictures. I took the best one out of all 4 of them, and then on one of them I zoomed in. And there's way more to the story, but I will let you see for yourself.
I think somebody needs to give this man like a trophy or an award or maybe like a button or something. I don't know. This might be the first paranormal image caught on camera that isn't like totally distorted or grainy. You know, like the shit Stephen Greer shows you. He might have something here, guys. What do you think?
People have just found out why they're waking up randomly in the middle of the night. Have you ever woken up randomly in the middle of the night at 3 a.m. for no apparent reason? I'm sure some nights you need to get up for a drink or to go to the toilet. It might be 3 a.m., but no, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about you just wake up randomly. You just suddenly wake up, but there's nothing there. Well, maybe there is. So you may have heard of something called body sensing before. You know that feeling where you can kind of just tell that someone's watching you. It's hard to describe, but maybe you're asleep in a car and you sense that the person next to you is like staring at you, you wake up and they are. That's because our mind is extremely clever, as I'm sure you're all aware. 3 a.m. is known in folklore as the devil's hour or the witching hour, where spirits are reportedly closest to Earth and can make contact. This is why most people see it as a scary time. They do Ouija boards or whatever they want at this time. Of course, we're on a certain level of consciousness, but our body and mind can sense things. So if you wake up at 3 a.m. in the middle of the night, randomly, there's nothing, you don't need the toilet or anything, you never know, there could be someone standing in your room who's not on our wavelength or our dimension, but your body has sensed them standing there, staring at you.
Great. Sweet. Thank you so much for that. This gentleman has single-handedly ruined any future good night's sleep I think I'll ever have again. So thank you very much for that one.
Here it is.
I'm sorry, guys, but am I the only one on planet Earth who feels like our sun has been, I don't know, 75, maybe 80% brighter and stronger than it's ever been before? It almost feels like somebody has stolen our sun and replaced it with a freaking LED light, guys.
This is why you need to read the terms of service if you're going to subscribe to something like Netflix. A couple years ago, Netflix released this episode of Black Mirror called Joan is Awful. This is probably the most interesting episode of Black Mirror you can watch. About this regular woman who subscribes to this streaming service very similar to Netflix. That's like what it's supposed to be in that universe. And the company releases a show exactly about her life starring Salma Hayek. Like, this series mirrors her every move. And then Joan realizes that she's trapped in this like AI nightmare. And this is because she unknowingly agreed to this in the streaming service's terms and conditions. Now, how does this relate to real life? The show was on Netflix, right? Netflix also has this like really extremely unnecessarily long terms and conditions thing you have to agree with in order to use their service. So obviously, we're not all gonna be reading all of that. It's not like you have an option to disagree with it, you just can't use the service. So you hit agree and you move on. Now imagine you wake up and you get some text from your friends that you are on a billboard and it says Kyle is awful. And you agree to this and your Netflix terms and conditions, just like in the episode. This is brilliant marketing. I'm so obsessed. Terrifying at the same time though. And this happened to thousands of people.
Yeah, I don't know, guys. It might not be a bad time to start reading those terms and conditions. If you're anything like me, at least, I don't think I've ever in my entire life read a single terms and conditions. So that's all I got this week, guys. Leave us a comment. Let us know your thoughts. Smash that like and subscribe button, and we will see you on the next one. Peace.